Yeah.
just the email thing. Like back in the, back when I started my products, I didn't even think about, having subscribers or having my email list, newsletters. I didn't think about anything. I started that. We started that 5 months ago. And yeah, it's the best thing that I could have done, because basically, platforms like Instagram or, whatever platform you want to use, they might, disappear. I don't think they will, but I always have, I'm always afraid that, one day I'm just going to get up and Instagram is going to be gone. And then what?
The Perspective Podcast is fuel for your mind and creative grind. Each week, we break down the art of healthy hustling, overcoming the inner critic, and growing your creative business. PC family, today I'm joined by the homie and lettering legend himself, Jimbo. I'm not going to ruin his last name. He told me it beforehand. I guess I was totally off, so I'm not going to butcher it in front of thousands of people. But welcome to the Perspective Podcast. I'm pumped to finally get you on here. How you doing today? And let people know how to say your last name.
Okay. Hi, people. My name is Jimbo Bernaus. So that would be the pronunciation in Catalan, which is my mother tongue. Yeah, that's it, man. But now you should try to say it. Come on.
Say it one more time.
Give it a try. Bernaus.
Bernaus.
All right.
I got to get the roll a little bit right there. I got to bring back my Spanish days, my Espanol.
Exactly.
Okay. And you're in Croatia, right?
Yeah. Well, at the moment I'm in Spain.
Spain.
I'm in my hometown because of the pandemic situation. So probably I'm going to be here for I don't know, for a month.
Did you get caught up in the middle of it? Like being home? Like I on your website, it says Croatia. So.
Yeah, exactly. So, so my partner and I founded our studio in Croatia, and we basically live there. But we love traveling all the time. So on January we kind of moved back to Barcelona, just to enjoy a bit the weather. And it was we were there for 3 months, and then out of a sudden the shit hit the fan, and
yeah, you got
and we
wrapped up
didn't
in the
know
middle
what
of
to
a
do.
lockdown.
Exactly. And as you know, Spain's numbers are like really bad. So we couldn't go back to Croatia, even though we planned to. And we couldn't do much. So we had to move back to my parents' house, which is that is like really close. So yeah, and we've been here for a month, man. It's it's tricky to get back home, but yeah.
Wild times. Well, hopefully when this drops, things will the dust will settle and you can start getting back to a normal life and get back to Croatia, wherever the hell you want to go. So for those who don't know, give us just a Wikipedia page summary about who you are, what you do. And I like to bring in that other element of why people should care and speaking like the end user benefit.
Okay. So, let's try this out. Yeah. Okay. So I'm a lettering artist. I'm also a graphic designer. Yeah, like, in the last few years, I've been giving myself a lot of names, but yeah, like my main thing basically is letters. And yeah, I'm a former graphic designer. So I've been in this space for, I believe, for like 8 years, something like that, professionally for like 5 plus, something like that. And yeah, basically like, yeah, I was studying in Barcelona for 4 years. That was like, I finished back in 2014. Then I kind of traveled Europe. I did an Erasmus. I went to Estonia, which is in the north. And then there I met my current partner and girlfriend. And yeah, I basically moved to Croatia. I got a design job there in an agency. And then, like, after a bit more traveling, we just decided to build up this graphic design studio. And yeah, we have a little office in the center of the city. If you ever dare, just say hi, please. Well, when this gets better,
when travel gets opened up again.
Exactly, it's gonna be like hopefully soon. And yeah, and that's it. Like, I don't know, man. That's pretty much my story. And right now I'm just here trying to like a new business model that we're going to talk about, and I think that's pretty much it. And that's who I am. That's what I do. And yeah, that's
So
it.
you and your partner do Shout Bam full time?
Exactly.
Do
Full
you pull
time.
in
Yeah.
freelance on the side under like your own name, or is it just now like you built it up design and then lettering starts coming into the mix? Like describe the dynamic of Shout Bam, and then when did lettering
Okay.
come into the mix for you right now? Because it sounded like design was first.
Yeah. Okay. So this is kind of tricky because we started the business as I said, like 4 years ago or
Was it
something
a
like
side
that.
hustle?
It was a side hustle. So I started an internship first in Croatia, and then like I always liked lettering and illustration. So I was doing stuff on the side. I started growing my Instagram following, and then after a while I decided to start this studio. Since my partner Thea, by the way, her name is Thea. Since she's a graphic designer, we started, doing together identities for brands and illustrations, and we were like kind of doing a lot of things before, even websites. Like we, yeah, we started doing a lot of things, but I get kind of mixed up in the beginning. I was after the internship, I got a job in this agency I was talking about before, and they're basically I was trying to work 8 hours there and just going back home and trying to improve my lettering skills. And after 6 months or so, I decided to quit, and that's it. We saved some money, and yeah, we decided to launch this studio together. And basically, lettering kind of gets in the mix. In the beginning, probably it was less, and now it's more. I think in the like, kind of like it's the balance is growing. So basically now what I'm trying to do is to get rid of certain things in the studio and just like focusing basically on lettering and illustration. That would be my goal. Even though sometimes there are some jobs that pay great, and we still do identities. I love doing identities, but if I can like sneak some lettering and illustration inside mix, that's awesome.
Nice, nice. Okay, so lettering is what you hang your hat on at the end of the day. That's what you want to be known for, right? Like design is what kind of like got you here into the creative world, but lettering is it. And that's how I found you. Like most people I've connected with here are either from conferences, and first I met them through like Instagram or something like that. But yeah, we've built a little bit over like the last 2 years, maybe 3 years, for sure, for sure. But like you really just like started catching my eyes within like the last 2 years, and then this last year, I was like, holy shit, like you really just stepped it up. And then from the terms of not Shout Bam, we'll talk about diversifying income and, tips for passive income with digital products, but like your digital product game. It's like you took advantage of the Procreate, and you'll talk about this, I'm assuming, so why it's been successful, but like your cover images and your instruction stuff, like I think that's I'm assuming you do really well with this. Like would you say digital products has kind of been like a whole different niche that you've been finding yourself in? Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, man. I mean, what's the main issue we had in the beginning is that we were basically just working on client stuff, and we were realizing that in critical months, especially January and August, when people are on the seaside, especially in Croatia, there were no clients coming our way, right? So we had to actually do something, because I mean, if you have a business, you always have to save up some money because sometimes things can go wrong and then you don't have money to survive. So we kind of did that. But then we decided that we needed something else, right? So basically, I believe like we started building these passive income digital products. We started, I believe, 3 years ago, but it didn't go well in the beginning. And that's my main issue, was that I was not listening to my audience. So
Mm.
basically, what I wanted to do, and a lot of designers want to do, is to sell their stuff, like work more
Products
like an artist.
like posters and pins and patches.
Exactly,
Been there.
exactly.
I get
And
it.
listen, a lot of people are super super successful and doing that. Like for example, like Dina Rodriguez letter shop, like she's super successful just by doing those kind
Or
of
like
products.
Hellcats or Lincoln, it's like some people just they figured it out, you know?
Exactly. And for me, like I didn't figure out that my audience didn't want to buy art from me. So I started, opening these on-demand shops, and I started like putting posters and trying to make t-shirts and trying to promote them and stuff like that. So we started 3 years ago, and after 5 months, I saw that nothing was happening. We sold, basically to my family and to some like
Your mom
some
has
friends.
like all your shit.
Oh, exactly. I was like, Mom, you can like leave some comments, so people think that we are, really doing good, but it didn't work out pretty well. So, and then, like, 2 years ago or something, we started doing fonts in the beginning, and we started selling a little bit, because that's something our audience could actually use to produce their own designs.
Did they tell you that they wanted fonts, or did you just like, that was just like the next guess? Okay, products weren't working. What if it's more utilitarian for like designers, other people that follow me? Was it just kind of like your gut said fonts first?
Yeah, my gut said fonts, because I didn't ask my audience at all. Like I kind of started asking them what do they want, but I started like a year and a half ago, and then things kind of switched. So basically, coming back to the fonts, we started doing fonts, and we saw that we started selling something else, but it still didn't give us enough income to just like live out of it, obviously. So we kind of started listening to people, especially people like Tom Ross from Design Cuts. He helped
Tommy
us
knows.
a bunch.
Tommy fucking
Yes,
knows,
and
man.
exactly. And I started connecting, to other creatives, and like I started listening to how do they sell and stuff like that. And then I realized that my audience maybe wanted some you know um, things from me so they can use and improve their skills or their designs. And then like a couple of years ago I started using Procreate, and I started doing my own brushes, and then I saw that there was like a little space there, that there were a lot of products, a lot of Procreate brushes, but I thought like they don't have a super I couldn't find a shop that was super colorful and super like our kind of you know style, if you want to call it like that.
Vibrant.
And then
Vivid,
exactly,
colorful, man.
and then yeah, we started asking my audience, and they started telling me that they wanted to learn lettering or illustration, or and some of them were telling me that they wanted brushes for Photoshop and Procreate and stuff. And I was like, okay, let's maybe we can try out. And then exactly a year ago, it was May 2019, we released our first brush set for Procreate, that's called Rough and Raw. And that thing just exploded, and we couldn't even believe it. The first month we sold around like 60, 70 units of that, and it was kind of like generating us like 20% of our income after 2-3 months. And we were like, listen, yeah, we were like, listen, we have one product. The fonts were still selling at that point, but then Rough and Raw started like being on the first page in Design Cards, and even in other websites started selling as well. And then and then I started talking to people in Design Cards, and they started helping me more. Then I met people like Max from Lettering Daily, that was actually like, he was an absolute, I don't know. When I met him, I remember I met him in Croatia, and he changed my life, because we started talking about this.
What did he do in terms? I know he's like really good at Pinterest and things like that. But what did he do? Because I did like a podcast collaboration. So shout out Matt Jurix. How do you say his last name?
Juric.
Okay.
So with the "ts" in the end, Croatian, yeah. So yeah, I mean, he basically motivated me, to keep doing it, and he was telling me like, passive income this, passive income that, and I couldn't, in the beginning, I couldn't believe it, and then yeah, he basically he's right now building this huge community, Lettering Daily, and he's basically writing blogs and tutorials for creatives to learn a lot. And Basically like meeting people kind of helped me realize that this could become something else, and then Tom was telling me that, maybe, I could create more products similar to that because, he saw a little bit of a style there. So we started creating more products. And then, basically that's it, and then now we have already 6 products, and now we started also doing brushes for Affinity Designer, which is our next step, and yeah, that's
Okay.
it, man. I mean,
Okay, I want to do some more digging. I get asked a lot about fonts. So a couple quick hitter questions to just like ask, because I know people are going to ask. When you got started with fonts, because I'm sure people are going to start with products, like you have to have an audience built up. You can't just put shit out there and expect people to buy it on your Etsy and this and that. Like that's the tough truth. I had 10,000 followers when I put out my first 5x7 letterpress print. I still have like hundreds left. Like you have to have an audience who loves your shit. That's why like Dina and everybody else does really well. But then fonts is a nice thing, instead of like something tangible. So what did you use? What programs did you use first? We'll just rapid fire it real quick. What did you use to make fonts, or like what would you recommend to people who want to get started?
Okay, so for me, the best software to do fonts is Glyphs for Mac.
Glyphs, okay.
I think it's just for Mac. Yeah. I started also using this little app called FontSelf for.
Okay, those are the only 2 things that I've heard of. Okay.
That's a plugin for Illustrator. That's a way of like making a font like really easily. Sometimes, I wanna do a font for myself just to, avoid doing certain kinds of lettering all the time. And I just like, do some image tracing in Illustrator, and I just put it there, a bit of kerning and all that, and that's it. But Glyphs, it's a super, super great tool. It's really cheap actually to buy. It's one-time thing. And yeah, like there's everything you need there. I started designing fonts back in university. So basically one of the fonts that we actually have in our shop is called Valen. It's brave in Catalan. That font was designed in my university, so that was 8 years ago, and we decided to rebrand it because it was like a really cool font, but the branding of it wasn't good. So we rebranded it, and it kind of like pushed the sales a lot. So yeah, that's it. I use Glyphs basically.
Okay, yeah. So if you want to get started, something quick, and you're in Illustrator anyway, just on the fly, you want to dabble in it. FontSelf is a good one, but like Glyphs is probably the main one someone should look into. I think that's just super valuable right there. And then the second one, you said you asked your audience what they wanted to see, and they told you like brushes for Adobe Creative Suite, Affinity, or Procreate. How did you ask people, and where did you ask them? Just like Instagram stories or in your email?
Yeah. Okay.
One quick thing too. Other people, we were talking beforehand, but like email is so powerful. And I also we'll talk on that here in a second too, if we have time. But like, I want you to know, like you're big into the email marketing game too. So, if you're a digital product goods pusher, email, you need email. Okay. Continue. Sorry.
All right. No, that's interesting, man. Yeah, exactly. I always try to focus on Instagram. Why? I had a little following before, and I still have a little following. My numbers are not huge, but what I try to do all the time is to, like message people all the time. Like, everybody who actually writes a comment, I try to reply. Sometimes, I don't do it because I fall asleep or because I just forget. But I try, to be active there and just try to help out everyone. I started posting in stories. Like, what do you want? In this, what's the name of that? Those things in Instagram in stories.
Like the little questions.
Yeah, these little questions, what do you want, blah, blah, blah. And then after doing it for a while, I saw that Procreate was the new thing everybody was using.
Would you like tally the answer somewhere, like a Google Sheets or an Excel, or like where would you keep people's responses? Up in here?
Man, up in here. I'm really bad at this. My partner Thea is really good at making lists. And she's always the one, organizing stuff. So thank God I have her.
Yes.
Because like she is top. And but for me, like it's just up in my mind. I just hear Procreate, and then in the end I believe that's Procreate, right? And then also a lot of people that were following me were actually using Procreate. So I started, I went to my follower list and I started going inside, and there was a lot of people, starting lettering or illustration in Procreate. So I believe like 70% of my followers were actually using Procreate. And yeah, like one thing led to the other. So basically just questions, what do you want from me? And a lot of them were like learning and brushes, or I want to learn how to do those textures, and I started realizing that I could actually put all this knowledge together. I did textures in the past. I had an assignment back in university. I did, all these things. And I just decided that I'm going to go into Procreate like full time. And yeah, I don't know if I replied even your question, man.
No, that's good. No, like basically I'm trying to think of like ways people can ask their audience.
Oh yeah, the email thing. Just the email thing. Like back in the, back when I started my products, I didn't even think about, having subscribers or having my email list, newsletters. I didn't think about anything. I started that. We started that 5 months ago. And yeah, it's the best thing that I could have done, because basically, platforms like Instagram or, whatever platform you want to use, they might, disappear. I don't think they will, but I always have, I'm always afraid that, one day I'm just going to get up and Instagram is going to be gone. And then what? If I just have all my eggs in that basket, I'm just going to be like, whoa, what happened now? What am I going to do? Right. So I started, to collect all these people that actually cared about what I was doing, and putting them in the newsletter. So basically now, I'm growing my newsletter, still a little bit small, but I think like all the people that actually care about what I do and all the value that I give them are actually in the newsletter. So at least I'm going to save those ones for me.
No, I think it's great. And there's another huge takeaway is you're building your empires. Most of us right now are building our empires on rented land. Instagram is our landlorder. Facebook, and we whine and bitch when an algorithm changes or my engagement drops, or now I got to pay to get boosted reach. I'm like, well, you're playing by their rules. You can't whine or complain. Like that was me for a while. So that's why I can like get on other people, like not to do that. Stop complaining, adapt and evolve. But like, how can you own something of your own? And that's what an email list is. That's what a podcast is,
Exactly.
So like I would rather have my smaller email list that's way more engaged, that I get way more reach and connection to than 50K on my Instagram following. I would rather have my email list,
Exactly.
in a heartbeat. I would totally rather have this because I own this. This is mine.
Yeah.
If Instagram died tomorrow, they can't take that.
Yeah, exactly. And then you're gone. And then a lot of people that follow you will just forget about you because you're just one more in there. I mean, of course, a lot of people are going to, if Instagram disappears, a lot of people are going to try to find you. But then if you have a newsletter, then they can join you there. But a lot of people are just going to lose them. So why not, tell them like, look, I'm going to do that and I'm going to give you stuff. That's also a really important thing.
So clearly digital products is like it. And you're putting out work stuff at the same time that attracts clients that you can get through Shoutbam. So like, are you just going all in? Like when I study people, I study their approaches to see how it's like this well-oiled machine. And it seems like you're creating pieces, but then you're like breaking down the process and showing how your products are in use through like a carousel, through like a tutorial. Hey, if you want to get more, go sign up for the email list or go click link in bio or something like that. So like, what's the whole thought process of how you approach your Instagram for not only attracting clients, but like converting people to your email list where you can serve them better? It's not, let me just get someone on my email list so I can be a snake oil salesman. It's to serve you better. That's the right way of doing it. So I don't want people to think like we're trying to be snaky by getting you to sign up for us. But like, how does that thought process work for you with your content strategy?
Yeah, well, basically, I try to, every time I post something in Instagram, I try for my followers to learn something. Sometimes it just appears, that I just want to post, but, lately I'm doing a lot of tutorials and what I want to do with that is like, you're spending your time looking at my stuff, but I just don't want for you to waste your time looking at pretty things, or at least what I think it's pretty. But I want you to come to my place and learn something because, you're giving me your time. Well, I should give you something back. And that's what I'm trying to do on my daily basis. So like you all come you can ask me whatever you want, and I'm gonna reply you back. And one by one, I'm gonna create things for free, and I'm gonna, obviously, this helps grow my business. That's obvious, and I'm never gonna hide that. But my main thing is basically like, if you come to my place, I'm gonna try to, treat you well, because you're giving me your time, so I'm gonna give you mine. So that's a little bit, yeah. And
Beautiful.
I don't know, man.
So no, I think that's beautiful. So like the question in the beginning, when I ask people who you are, what you do, and why people should care, you just said it right there. Like, you appreciate people's time, and you're going to serve people, who interact with you, your content, your page, your products. You're going to serve and educate, creatives, like that's, if I'm trying to like spin it back to you, like, and why I'm saying this is because people forget, like, yeah, your work is for you and stuff, but if you want to build a creative business and have people buy your shit and like loyal fans and following and customers, what's in it for them? It's like, that's why I asked that question. And like, and yours is simply like, okay, if you're going to give me your time, attention, your energy, and your money, well, fuck, I'm going to go all out, and I'm going to serve you. I'm going to reply to you. I'm going to engage with you. I'm going to give you so much value that when you think of Jimbo or Shout Bam, like, you're getting high quality products. Tell your friends, come back for more. So that's what I want to encourage other people to do. Like, I guess that's the whole crux of what I try to teach with coaching or building a creative business. It's bigger than you, especially if you want to do it long term.
I mean, yeah, you're doing it on a daily basis. So yeah, you're doing a great job when it comes to that.
And I think it's dope is that we're in the service business, even if it's products or whatever, but like, it just shows that there's so much room at the table for what you do. Like, I guarantee, like, what, 3-4 years ago, would you have ever thought that like you would have had such a lucrative opportunity in digital lettering based products for Procreate and all these other things? Like, you probably were just like, clients is where it's at. Clients is where it's at. And that's what I thought, was creative freedom was freelancing for big names. And that's not how it worked for me.
And yeah, and that was it, right? That was your whole plan. Like, and I would get sad, oh, I've been like 5 years, doing this thing, and there's nobody coming my way. I wanna work for Nike, and it's not happening. I'm failing. And that,
I haven't won any big design awards, why everybody else is.
Exactly. And then, on the other side, you can make a living on, a better living on having all these products. You asked me something before that was regarding clients, and now that we were talking about clients, kind of reminded me that I had to tell it. So yeah, basically, so all the clients I'm getting in Shout Bam or myself, so all that's client related, it's so okay, not all, but like I would say like 60% of it, it's because I worked previously in an agency, and because I met a lot of people, right? So that was what actually kept us alive for all these years. These 3 years. But then on the other hand, by showing, by talking about something, I didn't know that before, but by talking about something on a regular basis, either on Instagram or in my website or in my Behance or whatever, by talking about it, by being an expert, or at least trying to, niche down to something and just do that. Like, a lot of clients came our way because they saw that we know what we talk about. Therefore, even if like some clients came, they saw our products and they saw, how, the level of attention we pay to our products. And then they were like, well, that's a digital product, but I have a physical product. But these guys can design it because they basically know how to do a product, So a lot of the clients we are getting lately is because of that, because we talk about lettering, we do illustration, we do colors, and we basically try to, to ditch all the clients that are like, not our style. Now we can do it. Now we can say no and focus just on products, or, on those clients that like give us the freedom to actually, work on our style.
Do your thing.
Exactly. So that has been, just try at least to focus like all my time in lettering. kind of led for clients to come, even though I'm not just showing client work, because we're basically not showing it that much.
No,
Yeah,
it's again another reason why it's powerful to niche down. Like you're also in the school of Tom Ross, like I am. I'm a side hustle coach because of him, and it made me very uncomfortable. And maybe like going all in on this colorful, vibrant, textury, custom lettering direction. Maybe it was uncomfortable at first, but like that's truly what you're passionate about. You're good at. There was a sense of traction, like a demand or an audience for it, and you just went
exactly.
all in. And I think, I mean, it speaks for itself right now with how it's going. I feel like it's just constant, here we go. You're on the trajectory of
Exactly.
up at the moment, so
Exactly. And yeah. And also I want to say that, all the digital products, like whenever we are doing a digital product, it's kind of like we're doing a personal project, right? Because
yeah,
okay, you're
it's truly a
selling.
passion project now.
Yes, you are selling brushes. You are, for example, in one of the most successful product that I would like to talk about, if we have a couple minutes
Of
after.
course.
That's the Kickoff Lettering Toolbox. So basically, we did a product that it's 130 pages for Procreate, to learn lettering from the beginning until the end. And for example, that thing was kind of like, we are showing you how to do things, but inside I'm doing my lettering pieces, I'm doing my things, to present you all those brushes and all those lettering shits. I'm actually designing things that I really want to design. So basically that for me was like, okay, that can really work out, because we thought, okay, so basically, like when it comes to my style that you talked about, or anybody's style, like for me that was getting up in the morning, what do you want to do, and I was thinking, I don't want to do this website that I'm doing for this client. I really don't want to do that. And that was a sign for me to say, hell no, I'm not going to do it. Of course, in the beginning I had to. And listen to me, even maybe I would do it if there is a client that I really enjoy, maybe I would do it. But what I want to say with that is that we got up one day and we said, like, this makes us happy, this doesn't make us happy. So basically that was kind of it, to start creating all these colorful things. Yeah.
Go more with what feels right, feels good. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
and good things will happen from there. Get to the point where you've said yes, but now you know what you want to, what's a hell yes and what's a hell no. Like websites, I could never imagine you doing websites, So like, so, okay, I'm looking at like the lettering toolbox kit, like super dope. Shout out to Design Cuts on this. I'll make sure to link this up. And your cover arts, like the branding you do, you pay so much attention to detail. And I think that's why it thrives. Like I actually have, hopefully by the time this comes out, I've been talking about my own Procreate brushes forever, my like fine liner digital inking brushes. I would like to ask you for some help. But yeah,
Yeah.
this is dope, dude. So yeah, what else? Like you're in that educational field, like diversifying your income. So client work, but if client work isn't there, products and stuff you still got, but like what's another avenue? Like I'm thinking like education or webinars or Skillshare or courses.
Okay. Yeah. So I started doing some workshops a few years ago. I really like those, because they kind of allowed me to interact with people. It's been a while though since I didn't do a workshop, but apart from graphic design, we also started doing murals. That's something that we did like we did like 10 or something like that in different countries, and that was like really interesting as well, just to get us moving a little bit. And then in the digital product space, kind of when we started doing brushes, then we decided that a lot of people wanted to learn, right? So a lot of those textures, how to apply them, how to make all these letterings we are doing and stuff like that. So yeah, we basically moved on to teaching, and then that kind of generated a little space that now we're trying to push in our website. So now we are following Mac's advices. We are kind of like writing also the blog, and like we are try to do all these tutorials in our website. So that's something that is coming on right now, like like the teaching kind of thing. And also some webinars. We've done some webinars this month, as I was telling you in the beginning of our conversation. And then you know, yeah, that's basically it. So basically the list would be clients, digital products, and then, you know, teaching. And now we're trying to see, you know, how to teach. And for now, like, you know, all this Procreate format really works for us, and this blog format. But, you know, we would totally love to do some Skillshare course in the future. That would be great. Even though, you know, we're not super comfortable in front of the camera, because
It's repetition, man. I hate my own voice. I hate being on video. Like, it took me like 2 years to finally like just get used to the podcast, you know, and listen it back. Now it's whatever, man. I'll do like force yourself doing Instagram lives or Twitch or whatever it is, man. It's forces you to get good at something quick.
Man, for me, being in Instagram live, it's so awkward that, you know, I'm in front of a phone, I'm staring at it, you know. But then I kind of think like there's a lot of people behind that, and that kind of makes me, you know, feel better. But yeah,
Okay.
in the beginning,
I gotta say this. So after this comes out, whenever you have the next product up, link up with me, and I'm forcing you to do an Instagram live with me. We're going to talk
okay,
about your product, give some value away, like just talk about digital, whatever, we'll do a Q&A, whatever it is, but I'm forcing you to do one with me, as well as we can like hype up the value of your product to give people, you know, something to really sink their teeth into. But I'm marking this. This will come out like, oh my God, I don't even know. By the time you're hearing this, this will be late May. Actually, the day this drops is like my daughter's due date, supposedly. So yeah,
oh,
crazy.
my God.
But yeah, before we go into rapid fire questions, is there anything you want to kind of like add on to any of that before I like change the pace?
Whoa, man, I don't know.
We've talked a
Maybe, you
lot.
know, like, yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe to I don't know, maybe to sum up a little bit, you know, like why people should jump on, you know, getting, you know, different money streams, or, you know, how to, you know, diversify your work, and why that's really important, you know.
Yeah.
So I really don't, you know, I don't have like, I've been talking about it for a while now, but I really don't know how to put that. But, you know,
You just
it's
kind of like fell into it though, you know, like I don't think it was something you thought like, wow, what if client work or a pandemic hit? You know, like,
exactly, yeah. Well, that's been so important for us, because we were working on 5 clients before this happened, and 3 of them dropped, and then we had 2. But then, you know, we are safe kind of, because, you know, we you know, we when we had to spend this time with clients, we kind of had the time to spend it with our passive income. And, you know, we just created another product, and there's another product coming our way, you know. So basically, listen, I don't want to say that the pandemic was a good thing. I really don't want to say
there's
that.
silver linings. There's silver linings depending on
Exactly.
how you choose to approach it. Did this happen to you or did it happen for you? It's wrong to make money from a pandemic, but it's okay to make money during a pandemic. Like, you're not out there selling N95 masks with like a huge upcharge. So, you know, you're putting food on your table, doing what you got to do to make it. It's okay to like sell during this.
Exactly. And then, like, you know, being in my parents' place, it's been a bit, you know, in the beginning, it was a bit, you know, weird and tough to actually get ourselves working. A lot of people couldn't go to work. So that was something that, you know, we decided to, you know, we sat with Thea on the table, and we said, like, listen, let's enjoy this, you know, like, we are staying home and we don't like it, but, you know, we're going to thank kind of staying home in this time. Like, when everything gets better, we're going to say, like, listen, like, we didn't even feel it that much, because we spend a lot of hours working, and, you know, doing the, you know, the stuff that we couldn't do otherwise. So basically, like, we try to see the positives on that thing. And yeah, that's it. Also, what I think, it's not good to force yourself, or just, you know, a lot of people are, you know, working too much, probably even like being in the, you know, working the whole day because there's nothing else to do. So that's not good either. We have to take care of our bodies, and we have to, you know, go out. I mean, we cannot go outside, but we have a terrace. So we have 3 little kittens downstairs. So we basically, you know, kind of did a
It's
lot
the
here.
art of healthy hustling, man. That's, you got to take care
Exactly.
of your body. You can't burn the candle from both ends. Grind during something like this. Grind outside of it, but like listen to when your body's saying you need to recharge, and don't lose relationships over work.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
think that's beautifully summed up the importance right now. Imagine if another pandemic had and all your eggs were like just like Instagram, all your eggs are in one basket of a platform. Maybe all your revenue income streams is just one, all your eggs in one basket. Like think about how you can diversify your income for sure. You know,
Exactly.
yeah, I think
Exactly.
it's super important and
That's
it's showing the value of it right now for you, especially for me too. Like I'd be so fucked if I was just in the client world. So,
exactly.
okay.
Exactly. And listen, big clients can come your way, you know. Like even if you want those, because I still want those. I still want to work for some clients that I never worked for. And I know it's gonna happen, you know,
Oh, for
somehow
sure.
it's gonna
There's
happen.
no
And if it
doubt
doesn't,
you have such a highly commercialized style versus me. Like I have a very aggressive and monochromatic, dark, heavy ink. Like it's not something that editorial or like Google is gonna hit me up for. But yours, on the other hand, is a very commercialized style. It's coming, dude. It's totally coming. Keep doing what you're doing, and have those target clients in mind, and then just create work that you know they want to see, but within your style. Like it's done deal. Done deal.
exactly. And it's gonna
Um,
happen. Exactly.
exactly. You're just your mindset. You're waiting for reality to align with your mindset right now. You know, and that's a powerful thing. Like you already
Exactly.
see it.
Yeah.
Another tip for today for people: have a vision. Okay,
Vision.
have a vision. Real quick. So this show is fuel for your grind or fuel for your mind and creative grind. What are your internal or external sources that keep the fire burning so you can show up each day, even when it's not convenient, even when it's during a pandemic, even when things are slow?
Okay. I just love it. I'm you know, been talking to my friends about it, and I think, you know, I'm really lucky that even when I'm depressed, drawing kind of helps me. You know, it's my escape, it's my work, it's like most of my life. You know, so yeah, those are, you know, the you
Your
know
passion. It's that outlet.
exactly. So even when something, you know, even if I'm depressed, it kind of you know, helps me, you know, brighten the mood. And you know, sometimes things just don't come your way, and sometimes, you know, I'm so freaking down that I cannot do anything. So, and then, you know, I just enjoy, you know, with my girlfriend the day. We just go out. We, you know, we love animals. We like eating a lot, you know. So basically, like my point here is that a lot of people are forcing themselves to get things done, and that's not how it works. First, if you love it, you know, you're gonna do it at all times. And if it's just not happening, if it doesn't work, just try, you know, to get outside the box and just try to do something else, you know, and it's gonna come back. Yeah, I don't know if I replied to your question,
Nah, man,
but
that's perfect. That's perfect. Stop trying to force it. Stop trying to force it. Okay. Rapid fire. Here we go. If you were on death row, what would your last slice of pizza be? Very curious about this one since you're in like a different part of the world, different cultures.
I know, man. I listened to the podcast for a while, you know that, and I was waiting for this question. But I didn't prepare for it, so I really don't know. But okay, I hate pineapple on pizza. That's like no way. So death row, my favorite pizza. Wow. Okay, I would like something like, you know, really nasty. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I would yeah, I would put some, like, you know, uh bacon, four cheeses, some, you know, chorizo. I don't know if you have chorizo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some chorizo. I'm probably like I would even go with some bolognese on top, you know. Like,
Okay, man, this is a surprise. I was thinking like you look like a lean and fit veggie kind of delight kind of person. I don't know. I was thinking like some kind of pesto or that was like the vibe I got for you. But no, you totally
hey,
caught me off guard. Yeah, get nasty with it.
listen, you can throw in pesto as well, and I'm gonna love
All
it.
right,
But
okay.
no, yeah, yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
I would get down on a slice with you on that someday. Someday we'll get to link up. If you could have lunch
Hey,
with one person, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
woo! that. Okay. Been a huge admirer of a rock singer. So I'm a singer, by the way. Been doing that for 10 years, and I'm like a rock passionate person. I would love to get together with Chris Cornell. You know that
Yeah.
singer from
Yeah.
Audio Slave.
Rest
Like
in peace.
exactly that's he. I think he's such a. I don't know. He was such a deep person, and like I would like to ask him so many questions, because every time I see him live singing with that deep voice he's got, and all these lyrics, I would just enjoy so much picking up his brains. So yeah, and probably that would be it. Yeah.
That's a unique one. No one said that yet. If you were stranded on an island because of a pandemic or something, what are 3 things you have to have to refrain from dying from boredom?
Okay. Probably my girlfriend. Oh, that's for
Things?
sure.
I mean, that work. What 3 things? My girlfriend. I guess that's a noun, person, place, or thing. So that works. What 3 nouns would you have to have?
Yeah. Okay.
That's a fair answer. Nobody said a partner yet. So, okay, acceptable.
I didn't even listen to the noun. Yeah, I was just like three.
3 things. Yeah, 3
three
material
alive.
things.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So let's do that again.
That works.
Nouns.
Consider that one. Now that works.
Fine. Oh, okay. Let's see when she listens to it.
Okay. What are the other 2?
An iPad with like forever battery. Would that
Like
be
a
okay?
solar charged battery or something like that?
Yeah, but one that works. I got a lot of those and they don't work so much. So yeah, that something that really works. And then probably a bunch of bags of Doritos. That would be the third. Yeah, I'm too obsessed with those, man.
Okay. Here's a new question. Rapid fire. I've never asked this one before. What's your favorite kind of Dorito brand? What's your go-to?
All right. I don't know if the flavors are the same in America and in Spain, but I would go with ones that here they're called Tex-Mex. I think it's
It's like a taco kind of brand, more like
but I don't because like when it comes to brands, I just see the bag, Doritos. So I really don't know what brand belongs to. Yeah.
Okay, so West Text, is that what he said?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I really.
Do you have like spicy nacho or nacho cheese or Cool Ranch? Do you have all those?
Yeah, we've got like especially here in Croatia, we have like some paprika Doritos, and then some hot cheese, and then some wild. What was that? Well, I don't know, man.
Interesting question. Okay, that's a fun one. Let's go last one, and then I'll ask you like where people can find you. But if you were reincarnated, what would your new career path be outside of, let's say, the arts, performing arts too? Like, so music, singing, that's off the plate, and anything creative or art wise, like drawing or design or lettering, those are off the plates. So those 2 things done. What would it be if you were reincarnated? What'd your career path be?
Listen. I love animals, so probably I would be a vet. That would work.
Word. Okay. What's your favorite animal?
Yeah. Well, cats. I got a cat, and I just love my cat so much. Yeah. And that probably be. But I don't know, man. Like, yeah, when you put me out of my creative zone, like I would be working, on anything creative. But then when you put me outside, I'm a bit lost. But yeah, taking care of animals. That would be cool. That would be
okay.
Nice.
Where can people go to follow you online and support you?
Definitely. They can go to my main thing is Instagram right now. So they can find me in Instagram. Like the name is Jimbo Bernaus. Well, you're gonna put it in the notes. I also have Behance, and they also can follow they can also follow my studio. In Instagram is Shalbam, and you can follow also shalbam.com, where we show a bit of our work. We have a blog with tutorials, and we also have a newsletter with a lot of freebies. If you're into the Procreate world, for sure you're gonna find a lot of value there. So yeah, those would be the things that you can find me in.
Yeah, I'll be sure to link all of that up in the show notes. Again, the show notes for this one's going to be perspective-collective.com/172, or just look at your Apple Podcasts, or if you're on the website, whatever it is. Dude, I feel like we've already known each other like face to face. So for those who don't know, this is like our first time via face to face. But
Yeah,
like all the homies are from Instagram. Wild, you know, relationships are everything. So thank you so much for your time and making this work all the way through Spain. What time is it for you right now?
right now it's
It's
9
later.
p.m.
9 p.m. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Not too late. I'm not digging into your sleep time. So thanks for making time
Yeah.
for us. And we appreciate you, dude. And whatever freebies you're going to give us as well. So thank you.
Well, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. That was a great opportunity. Like,
Yeah.
and I've been waiting for this like for such a long time. You know, I'm so
Vision.
happy.
You knew it was coming.
Hell yeah, man.
And get ready for that IGTV here in a couple months too. So
Oh yeah, let's do that. I'm totally up.
it's coming. All right, homie. Peace.
Take care.
Thanks again for listening. It'd be awesome if you took the time to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and let the comment below so we can connect. Again, if you want to catch a shout out as a future listener of the week, make sure you subscribe to the show on iTunes and give it a rating and review.